Good evening, YouTube, or should I say good night? Because where I am in the Philippines, it's nighttime. In the U.S., especially Los Angeles, I think we're 8, 9 hours ahead or behind. So I know like if it's nighttime here, I believe you guys are just now waking up. Um, but anyway, uh, this video won't be live. But this video is about 5 things that you need when you visit the Philippines. As you guys know, I like to be honest in my video, just like I am in my everyday life. I like to tell you guys honest things, honest information. I like for life to be convenient. If I ever give advice or talk to someone, my intent is for the information that I give to make their life be convenient. So yeah, it's 5 important things for when you arrive in the Philippines that you're going to need. Before we even continue, let me tell a few things that I'm using right now. Usually, I'm not an iPhone person. I'm a Samsung person. I've been stubborn my whole life. I always got the Samsung Galaxy. Um, However, before this trip, I saw that the video quality of the iPhone, the new one that they got out, the iPhone 17 Pro Max, I believe, yeah, iPhone 17 Pro Max, and that's what I'm using to film this. I have it on the front camera, and it's 60 frames per second. If it was on the back camera, it goes up to 120 frames per second. So, with that said, you guys could go ahead and use this video to see the camera quality on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And if you like it, go ahead and purchase it. And if you don't, um, go ahead and go for whatever you prefer, whether it's Samsung, Google. It's a lot of other options. Me personally, I like the quality of it, and this is my first YouTube video that I'll be posting, shot by the iPhone 17 Pro Max. What else? Another thing that I use in the States, I use as you guys can see, the Rode microphone. So how it is, um, it's too little. Um, it's a little bigger than like a domino size uh, parts, right? So I have one in here, and I have one connected to my phone. So though the company that I'm using to record my audio is Rode, and I also have the stand here, the microphone stand that makes it look professional for when I do street interviews, which I haven't done in a while. I've been busy in the States, and I want to do more in the Philippines. So yeah, so iPhone 17 Pro Max, and we're using Rode. Again, this stand is sold separately. Um, what I spent for the Rode equipment, I believe the microphone stand $15, and the two audio and receiver, I believe I spent 200 US dollars. But yeah, let's get back to the video. So 5 important things that you have to have when you arrive to the Philippines. This is mainly for like people from the U.S., but it could apply to people from all over the world. But this is mainly for people in the U.S. And I say that because like number one, which I'm going to talk about, it may be different if you're coming from a different part of the world, or even a different part of like Asia. You might not have to do these steps, and that leads us to the number one, the first thing that I have on my list is the e-travel form. Now, the cool thing about the e-travel form, don't get me wrong, before I did it, I'm not going to say that I was inconvenienced, but I'm going to say that it was kind of a hassle because when I arrived, um, as you guys know, in the airport, you when you arrive, like when you arrive to a different country, you give your passport, and then you go to where you could buy like certain things for your phone. But before you go there, how it is out here, you have to have like internet access, and that's hard. I don't like using public Wi-Fi because I believe that that makes you vulnerable for hackers and whatnot. But yeah, so the e SIM card, no, the e travel form. I had to do at the airport, and it was I would say 5 to 10 minute process, maybe 5 minutes, and it asks you things like, are you staying for how many days? I believe 30 days you could stay without purchasing any extension or applying for any extension. It also asks you any valuables that you're bringing into the country, and the valuables consist of like any gold, any diamonds, any jewelry, um, any monetary value, like any money. How much is it? What do you intend to do with it? Um, yeah, just ask things like that, and I believe it also asks your passport number, expiration date of the passport, and things like that. And that process is about 5 minutes, and that's when you get to give the passport, and then you'll be clear to enter the country. I want to make sure I'm going in an order that I wrote down because I think it'll flow better. So yeah, so number one, the online e-travel. You're going to need that. That's like a 5 minute process, 5 to 10 minute process, and that leads us to our second thing. So you're going to need, this part is important. You're going to need a SIM card or an eSIM card. Again, let me tell you guys again. This video is mostly talking to like people from the U.S. and I say that because my cell phone provider in the U.S. They don't have that in the Philippines, so I had to get a an eSIM card. When I went to Thailand last year, I didn't get the eSIM, the electronic SIM card. I got a regular SIM card from the airport and put it in my phone. Luckily, this time I brought two phones, and I used the same phone that I did, which was the Samsung Galaxy, because it's fully paid off. And yeah, that got me when I went to Thailand, and which I did the physical SIM card, and when I came to the Philippines, they allowed me to do the eSIM card through my Galaxy. Um, I initially wanted to do it with my iPhone, but I didn't know this. But I guess with the iPhone, you gotta clarify with your provider, your service provider, whether it's T-Mobile, Sprint, AT&T, or whatever it is. You gotta clarify with them if it'll be unlocked. So my phone was locked, and the reason why it was locked is because like right now on my phone, I'm doing, my iPhone is not fully paid off. I'm doing like the monthly thing where I'll pay it off in 2 years. I should have had I known that you know I couldn't use an eSIM card because it was locked. I probably would have just paid it off before I came to the Philippines, but I didn't know that, so I was just stuck here. And luckily, I had that backup phone. So hopefully, you guys remember that. So make sure that your phone is unlocked. Check with your service provider. I believe the number on, I think every phone, or at least with me, with T-Mobile is 611. Before you guys hit a different country, just make sure that ask them, would your phone be unlocked to get an eSIM card or a SIM card. Now, some reputable SIM cards or eSIM card uh, providers that's out here. The two most popular ones, you got Globe, GLOBE, and the other one is Smart, Globe and Smart. You get mixed reviews on them, like they're good providers. Is one better than the other one? I'm not sure. I guess it depends which part of the Philippines you go to. Me, this time I use Globe, and um, Globe helped me through Manila, Cebu, Naga City, which is in Bacol, and we're going to see tomorrow. I go to Dumaguete. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video, seeing if it works there. But I believe eSmart works too. But so far, I like what the Globe provides. Yeah, and depending on the plan that you get, determines if like how much hotspots you got, how much text calls that you'll get. Texting calling is not utilized much in the Philippines, so you'll use like WhatsApp, and that leads us to our number three, which is talking about apps, you want to make sure you download an app called Grab. It's called Grab, Grab. So Grab is comparable to Uber in the U.S. and it's also comparable to what is it? Lyft. Yeah. So Grab is like the main transportation uh, app or service provided here. That's also what I used when I went to Thailand. It's very affordable prices compared to the U.S. You could go out here. They measure distance by kilometer. In the states, they measure distance based on miles. So from where I live to LAX, right? I use Uber Drive. Um, I want to say it's like 40 miles, and total I paid in U.S. dollars. I paid like 120, and of course I had to tip. Well, I didn't have to tip, but I tipped the driver. So now, so required payment for that distance was 120. Um, just to compare Grab to Uber. So out here, or even in Thailand, but let's just talk about out here. If you go that same distance, like 40 miles, the total like U.S. dollar, which you're not gonna pay in U.S. dollars, but when you what do you call it? When you look at the they use Philippine Philippines pesos here. So when you convert it to U.S. dollars for that same distance, 40 miles. Out here, I went 40 miles and I paid no more than like $10, and that's just to compare 10 U.S. dollars. Um, yeah, so download Grab, and Grab is also very uh, important because you don't want to use. Me personally, the research through experience, taxis don't always be like honest, so they could take you somewhere and the meter is on or the meter's off, or they go out their way just to run the meter up, and you end up paying triple the price. I'll just say go and Grab, and if you're a female or even if you're a male or whatnot, and you wanna just be sure that this person is legit taking you where you need to go, and you want some documentation on them, Grab does that. It gives you the name, it gives you credentials, contact information, in case you leave something there, and it just shows you that that's a secure person. And yeah, I'll just say make sure you download that Grab, and you can't download Grab without internet connection, right? So make sure you get that eSIM card so you get that internet connection. The next important thing that you got to do is you want to have money. You want to have money, man. So at the airport, you want to, I would recommend converting your money in whatever country you visit as opposed to the U.S. Because U.S., a lot of the places that do foreign currency, they charge a fee. That's a lot. But if you do it like at the airports or at the malls or like at even some street stores, you convert that money and you could get a better deal. Um, when I converted my U.S. dollar to Filipino pesos, it was $1 was 57 Filipino pesos. So yeah, you want to make sure you bring enough. You want to make sure you go to. I would actually recommend converting it at the airport, or at least get a comfortable amount. Like get like $1,000 worth of U.S. dollars converted, just to make sure you have enough to where if you want to go to the mall the next day or whatnot, and then convert it. If you want to shop around for a better deal, you could. But I would say even if you want to do it all at the airport, I don't think that that's going to be like a ripoff or anything. At the time of this video, so I arrived in the Philippines December 19th, 2025. Currently it's 2026, January the 5th. But throughout my time here, the U.S. dollar has been 57 or 58 everywhere I've went, and I had no problem with that. So I know this is a question that everybody's going to ask: is how much will you spend in a day in the Philippines? And it depends on your lifestyle. I'll talk about that in another video. Hopefully you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell, so when I talk about it, I'll give you guys I'll talk about the stuff that people don't talk about. And yeah, hopefully you guys yeah, check it out and stay on alert for that. And comment if you want me to do a video on how much you're going to spend. I'm gonna talk about everybody's lifestyle. I know why a lot of people do go to the Philippines, and I'm gonna talk about like how much that's gonna cost. And you know what I'm talking about. No Diddy, no later. All right. So the next step, let's make sure. This is a very important step. I mean, not step. This is a very important thing that you're going to need, especially if you're coming from the U.S. to the Philippines. And that's water bottles. You can't take water bottles on the plane. I believe that sometimes they let you, sometimes they don't. So you want to get water bottles when you arrive. Luckily for you, the water bottles here are very affordable. They're, I believe they're like 30 cent for like a big bottle, uh, U.S. dollar. You gonna get a lot. And here's why I say you're gonna get a lot. Let me let me tell you that my experience in the U.S. I work in a medical field. So in the U.S., our water is what we're used to. So our water goes through a lot of filtration processes, and it removes things like parasites, bacteria, some viruses, and some medication from the water through um, a few filtration processes. However, when you go to a different country, let's talk about the Philippines, and this goes for a lot of countries, especially in Southeast Asia, the people of the country are used to the water. So their water doesn't go through as much filtration as the US. So if a foreign person drinks the water, the tap water in the Philippines, or gets ice that's like from tap water and put it in their cup, and even if they get regular, because it has that ice, you run a high risk of getting like uh, uh, GI, which is a gastrointestinal, like a stomach infection, and that can mess up your stay, man. You don't want to get sick in a different country, man. It's different ways to go. It's different ways to go to the hospital. When I say different ways, I mean you're in a foreign country and it might be hard to. You might not have enough money to pay for the treatment that you need, the medication, or you might be too far to get some treatment or some medications. And within that little time frame you have on your vacation, you don't want to spend that vacation being sick. So I highly recommend when you arrive, get some water bottles. It's a lot of 7-Elevens in the Philippines and a lot of South East Asian countries. It's a lot of 7-Elevens, or it's a lot of stores out here, popular stores, the SM Market, that provides water bottles. Like I said, you are going to get a lot. You don't have to get it all at once. Probably keep three in your room at all time. If you get a hotel, some hotels provide complimentary two water bottles, and that's important because you don't want to brush your teeth in the sink if you're from the U.S. Because again, if you're from the U.S., your body isn't used to that water, and even though you're just brushing your teeth and you're not like swallowing it, the smallest amount could cause some GI issues, and you could probably get a parasite and become sick. You could use Google to fact check this. Like I said, I just give you real information, um, and hopefully you guys soak it in. So the last thing I have are two optional things, right? So you would want, so on my iPhone right now, I have something called I have it connected to a pocket Wi-Fi. So a pocket Wi-Fi is convenient because you don't want to use like some hotel Wi-Fi's or some mall Wi-Fi, some airport Wi-Fi's, because it runs the risk of your stuff being hacked, your financial information, your bank information, and whatnot. So you want to have that pocket Wi-Fi. Um, do your research on what's the best ones. I got one when I was in Manila, which was the TP, but it just acted funny, man. It wasn't reliable, because it was reliable for how long it lasted, but it lasted less than a week, man. So I had to get a new one, and I'm going to see how it works, and maybe I'll do another video and tell you guys some recommended pocket Wi-Fi. So that's an optional thing. If you want to get a pocket Wi-Fi, I would recommend it. You're going to spend about 30 US dollars, which is like 1,000 Filipino pesos. And the other optional thing that you would want to get is what is it? A power bank. So a power bank is going to be like your outside charger if you need it. So if you're stranded in some of these places and you far away from your hotel room, your Airbnb or whatnot, and or even if your pocket Wi-Fi is a low battery, because those things last probably like 6 to 8 hours, you want to have that extra power bank to charge what you need to get you back home. So that again, that's optional, and I believe that also runs you about 30 US dollars, which is about 1,000 Filipino pesos. I'll try to put the whether in the description or in the video, I'll put the um, exact conversions or the approximate conversions in it. Yeah, man. So if you stuck through the whole video, I appreciate it, man. Bel Air 316, man. Like, comment, subscribe. More videos to come. I appreciate the subscribers that I have so far that has been on this life journey with me, man. My goal in life is to spread positivity. I've been a bad person, man, and I think positivity is important in this world right now. All of these wars going on. Kid safety is important, man. Like, comment, subscribe. That helps a lot. Turn on your notification bell, and I will post more videos. Um, Videos to come. I guess I'll do a comparison between Manila, Cebu, and different parts of the Philippines that I visit, and I want to give you the honest intake on everything. I'll talk about nightlife. I'll talk about dating. I'll talk about the woman, and I'll talk about the things that other people don't talk about. Um, and I'll just give it to you honestly, man. Again, this is a judgment-free zone. Like, comment, subscribe, and I appreciate you guys. Peace out. Bel Air 316. Peace out.